in, everyone, to another edition of the BIS Podcast, broadcasting live on the Marvin Network, where our goal is to bring you updates on local government, technology, and to mix in a little bit of fun as well. On today's episode, we'll be going over some GIS info. We have none other than one of our great GIS team members, and Samuel Becker, joining us today and chatting GIS with us. Sam, first time we've had you on the podcast, I gotta say welcome and pleasure to have you.
Hey, thank you. Pleasure's all mine. You've got the voice for radio right there.
It's funny. I
you.
always get that thrown around. I guess I don't hear it for some reason. But thanks, man. I appreciate it. Sam, again, thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to join us and go over some GIS stuff today. And just to kind of let people know out there, first off, since this is your first time on the podcast, kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do on the GIS team.
Yeah, I've been here since 2023. I graduated from Texas State University, met Alex through the GLO as an intern for their GIS team. So that's sort of the BIS connection there. He put me on his team and been there ever since. So yeah, as a GIS analyst.
And I know Alex is also a former Bobcat as well, so I know there had to be some lineage right there, so that's pretty cool.
Yes,
well,
sir.
Sam, going over some of the stuff that we'll be talking about today, GIS, Parcel Fabric, Arc Pro, which I know Arc Pro is now really a big thing out there for clients with a lot of new updates from Esri. So turning it over, let's start with Arc Pro right quick, because that is kind of the number one topic that kind of gets thrown around. What's going on in that world right now?
Sure. I mean, there used to be ArcMap and now there's Arc Pro. It's basically the program that we use to do all of our cadastral mapping with. Cadastral is just a fancy way of saying some sort of record from the county appraisal district, a deed or a survey or something. And then we plug it in to Arc Pro, formerly ArcMap. Pretty much we handle all of our editing processes within that program for our clients.
For a lot of clients out there that do have our GIS maintenance, and I know there's a lot of communication with you. So kind of tell me what you do and use Arc Pro for, how you kind of go about working the maintenance part of it for our clients out there.
Sure. So I'm sure a lot of clients will know what the to be worked folder is. It gets thrown around all the time, but it's just a fancy way of saying like a Dropbox or something that they can put anything in that we will then get on our end to work from our admin page. Dashboard would be another name for that. So they could update a survey or some sort of parcel boundary, or maybe there's 50 acres and now it's going to be 10 5-acre tracts or something. Yeah, there will be some form of document explaining a change within their cadastral data set within their county. We'll get it again on that admin page. We'll parse through the information and then we will accurately map it in ArcGIS Pro using all of the tools at its disposal, which seem to be sort of limitless. We mostly focus, again, just on spatial editing for a cadastral data set. So sort of a narrow scope of view for what our team requires, for CADs, but it works really well.
Awesome, Sam. And again, Sam and the team really do a wonderful job in working what they can and really doing it in a timely manner. Sam, what is kind of the goal for the team in when a ticket gets sent in for y'all, whether it's mapping or something going on with the D? What do y'all try to do with the turnaround time, or how quickly can our clients inspect, or if they have us right now, or for anybody currently looking at our GIS maintenance and making a change in doing it with us, what's kind of the timetable of y'all getting the turnaround on that stuff?
Yeah, so we state that we won't go past a maximum of, I believe, 14 days, 2 weeks for a given document to be worked. Now, there's other processes we do that maybe are out of that scope, but within like them uploading to that to be worked folder, us receiving it, the countdown is 2 weeks.
Awesome. And again, our team really worked hard in getting that turnaround time quickly down. He's, as Sam says, 2 weeks, but they usually are on it quicker than that. So again, they're a wonderful team to work with. And Sam, with everything that's, especially in the GIS world, I feel like there's a lot going on right now. Is there anything new out there right now that's kind of done with the fact we've touched on Arc Pro a little bit, but anything new that you've heard about or anything our clients should be expecting down the road?
Sure. Parcel Fabric, I would call that new. It's within the last, 5 years. give or take, but it's really been honed pretty well within the last like 3, it seems like. Yeah, so that would be new, something we're working on, something I'm working on in particular. So,
And what all goes into Parcel Fabric?
yeah, so the best way I like to sort of explain it and describe it is comparing it to the old current way we edit, which is basically just standalone data sets. So a parcel is one layer, maybe abstracts, which I mean, another word for that would be a section, right? It's like a section of land that the parcels correspond to. They have to fit within them. So they're all just sort of floating around, right? They're not really connected. And then furthermore, there's not really much of a survey document connected to that geometry. We have a layer, I'm not going to get crazy nitty gritty into it, but we have a layer called construct line that we store the actual name of the documents in the dashboard within there. And then we make sure our parcels conform to that. But it's not nearly as robust as Parcel Fabric's sort of record-driven process. So again, comparing and contrasting, that's how we do it now. But Parcel Fabric really takes it a step further, I would say. It just objectively does. You have to have a record for a given parcel to be edited, pretty much. So without a record, nothing is going to get done. There needs to be, and a record is, I like to think of it as just sort of a container that can be, used for anything. But for our purposes, it's going to contain documents from the CAD, right? So say you have a subdivision being made out of, that same, we'll just say 50 acres again, right? Jim's 50 acres. And then you have a subdivision called, I don't know, we'll call it Jim's subdivision or Sunny Acres. It doesn't matter what the name is, right? We get that from the CAD in that folder. That would go within that record within the Parcel Fabric. So that record would sort of dictate what gets done to the parcels within the fabric. So say it's, I don't know, 5 10-acre tracts for the entire subdivision. And there's a plat in there, and it sort of describes how to do it. All of the geometry within the Parcel Fabric would be dictated by that record. So there's this term called COGO, which is coordinate geometry. That would sort of be the spatial aspect of this one example of a record, if that makes sense. You cannot deviate from these distances and these bearings within this record for this parcel. Maybe we've gotten too nitty gritty by now, but that's sort of the benefit I see as sort of someone who does it day to day, that there is a very robust record. And it also stores a lineage for a given parcel. There can be multiple records for one parcel throughout the years. And that's something we currently don't have, and that would be great. So.
And this is why we really defer to Sam on this, because he has the wealth
Sure.
of knowledge on it.
I guess I just kind of went on and on. Sorry.
No, you're good, man. No, I love it. It's awesome
Sure.
to hear about it, especially because you can talk the language so much, and that's one thing, especially here on the sales team at BIS, that we're trying to learn more is that GIS language. And again, Sam's one of our go-to guys and really has a wealth of knowledge on this stuff. Well, hey, I do appreciate you, Sam, talking with us today about what we've got going on in GIS. For anyone that'd like to learn more information about our GIS services, more about Sam, feel free to give us a call, 800-247-9045, or you can also email us as well at sales@bisconsultants.com. Well, hey, Sam, thank you so much for joining us today. I really do appreciate it, and can't wait to have you on next time.
Hey, thank you, Josh. I appreciate your time, too. Thank you.
Hey, no problem at all, Sam. And that's going to wrap it up today for this edition of the BIS Podcast. We've been broadcasting live on the Marvin Network. For Samuel Becker, I'm Josh Green, saying until next time, so long and goodbye.